out of the box or out of the wall, we're going to call it. We have, boom, my first Superman one. And this one is Superman, Man of Tomorrow. It looks like you have Lobo. You have these weird alien creatures. I have no idea what this is about to be about, but there's some nudity in this. Why is there nudity in a Superman cartoon? Chase Liaki here at the Blue Futon reviewing Superman, Man of Tomorrow. So the nudity, you do see Clark Kent butt naked. You see his ass. You see a white ass. That is Superman's butt. So this is about, I would say, Clark Kent right out of college. So I'm going to say around 22, 23, 24. And then after college, he is now going to work for the Daily Planet, meet Lois Lane for the first time, and try to figure out his identity. While this is happening, though, Lobo comes. Lex Luthor is arrested, and this weird, gooey stuff just infects this guy, and all he wants now is more power, and the more power he gets, the more he transforms into a kaiju, a Godzilla-esque looking monster, and Superman's like, nope, I gotta figure out how to destroy this, while, telling people, or telling Earth, his identity, and how, yes, he might be an alien, but he's there for the greater good, and not everyone from outer space is going to be a dick like Lobo. So did I like this show? First, when I had the first 30 minutes in, I did not like it. The animation didn't work for me. I was like, this weird cel-shaded glossiness, it just didn't work, and I was kind of like disappointed. And I was like, okay, let's get to the point. And when we got to the point of the actual monster, it is pretty cool. You bring some interesting characters like Lobo, like John, that try to expand this universe. Which, when watching this, I also included a couple, bonus cartoons from the DC Vault, which is, Lobo also helping Superman. So I didn't really know the universe of DC. Like I said, I don't really read a lot of comics, but that Lobo and Superman are actually connected pretty interestingly, and I think that is fun. Lex Luthor in this is also a dick as well. I just think the movie itself is kind of weak for the villain and for what we're trying to do. Yes, I do think the story of Superman trying to figure out who he is with the Daily Planet, with Lobo, with the Lois Lane does work. With his John character, with his parents, there is a lot of good backstory in this movie where you are entertained. I do think the actual bad guy, which, like I said, this one there's multiple. You can say Lobo's a bad guy. You can say Lex Luthor. And you can say this, kaiju monster are bad guys. Sure, but at the very end of the day, it's usually just Lex Luthor and this kaiju. I don't know if making him a kaiju was the best decision. Like I said, maybe this is based off a comic. I don't know that. But just me going into it, it felt like a Godzilla Superman movie. And I don't know if the filmmakers or the people making it wanted to feel like that. Maybe they did. Congratulations, you did it. But as me going into it, I prefer Superman battling someone more normal. I don't know if that's the right word, because there really is no if, ands, or buts why this purple goo did this that Lobo shot out. Why hasn't anyone else in the universe had this issue? Because it feels like Lobo would have been like, shit, this has happened plenty of times before, but it never had. And then why does this goo do what it does? I don't know if it really explained that. Maybe I completely missed it because I was just more of like baffled about what was actually going on. There is a lot to tackle in this movie. Like I said, Lex Luthor storyline, Global storyline, Superman trying to figure out who he is, this John character that comes into his life to try to say who he is as well. So there is a lot going on, but I think the bad guy is the weakest part. Like I said, this one has a decent amount of gore in it as well, especially when Lobo dies. And I do think the ending is satisfying because there is a point where it's like there's power that will absolutely disintegrate someone, and this shows it. So I think that was a pretty good ending. But overall, Superman, Man of Tomorrow, I understand the title, understand what they're trying to go for, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the overall villain. It just felt really, really off. So Superman, Man of Tomorrow will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 60%. We'll see the correction review scores gave this one. So this one came out in 2020. This is the newest one I've just watched. Damn, critics a 93% with 14 of them. Audience score 67 with over 250. No critic consensus. So I'm kind of with the audience with this one, where I just felt like it graphic violence and imagery. Like I said, to me, the imagery wasn't the greatest, and the villain it didn't really connect. I like villains that you could connect with. This one, they tried, but when you turn him into a kaiju, it kind of diminishes. Anyway, 67, 93, 60. Chase Liaki here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if things Futontopia. You Blue Futonians, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll keep watching today, tomorrow, week from now, month from now, year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. Enjoy life. Don't become a kaiju. Don't eat purple goo.